All right. Good morning, my friends. Welcome again, once again, to the J Talk Morning Show, right here with you live each and every weekday morning. It is time to get up, get out, and get at it. But first, let's make sure to have a Java check, my friends. Let's do a Java check. All right. And let's kill the music and cut. All right. There we go. It's good to be back with you again this beautiful Tuesday morning. What is today? The 18th, 19th, I think it is, of March. And other months always want to pop in my head. I need to get like a little thing right here in front of my computer, my camera. So I don't end up telling you it's like the 19th of December. For some reason, December popped in my head. Maybe it's because I was just outside and it's still kind of cold out there. I don't know. But we got great temperatures going to raise up today. It's going to be warm, and I've got some amazing things I got to get done today. And prepare for some family coming in next week. So I'm excited about that. So, if you're like me and if you're like us here at home, some things at the house have, sometimes just go until you get guests. And then you're like a cyclone going through to clean up the cyclone mess. No, it's not that bad, but you got to go through, we got to have guests, so we got to clean things up, put this in its place and that in its place and sweep and dust and all that. And put the dirty socks where they're supposed to be, these kind of things. And if that's you, give a hand raise. Say, yeah, that's me too. That's what I do. So, but we live comfortably in our home. So, it's house, it's home. And if you don't like my dirty socks on the couch, then just push them aside. Okay. But anyway, good morning to you. My name is Jay Goff. I'm the host this morning, and I kind of changed. If you notice down below, I changed the branding aspect of it. So from instead of the big blue bubble there, make it a little bit more subdued, and just a small little edit to this program. But it is time to get this started, and what we're going to talk about today is something I touched on yesterday, and it was kind of like a finishing up the episode before that one yesterday, and it kind of exchanged, it kind of interlocked with today's topic. So it's kind of a blend. Yesterday was sort of a blend of finishing up one and talking a little bit about today's thing, and some of the event that I experienced this weekend. What a great experience. I mean, it really was. It was a fantastic and a fun experience, and got to learn some new things, some little and meet new people, and just put a lot of smiles on a lot of faces. And for me, that was the win, just making people happy, making people smile, celebrating them, and seeing their feedback after the show, when they would come up. And anytime I get to really just help somebody have a great day and enjoy the show, it is always the big plus for me. I'm not looking for glitz and glamour. I'm not looking for, fame. I'm not looking for, to be the celebrity in the red carpet. That's not my thing. And it's kind of uncomfortable when those type of events happen and I'm walking down a red carpet. It's kind of like, look, I want to connect with people. That's me. I'm a connector. I like to reach out. I like to touch them. I like to make them smile. I like to know their name and know their story. I like people. And so the after and the before is really my gig. The show is the gig, but after and before the gigs of getting to know people is probably my favorite part of performing and entertaining. But as I said, this weekend, I was in the Branson Elvis Tribute. It was a part of the Branson Elvis Festival and the Elvis Tribute Artist competition. And so there was 19 of us from all over the place. I mean, we had one from Japan and one from, I think it was from Chile, if I recall. I think it was Chile. And I could be wrong on that one. But the gentleman from Japan, real great guy, nice guy, didn't speak a lot of English, didn't understand a lot of English. And we had, was able to work through some of that. And other people. And there are some in the competition that this is all they do. I mean, it's literally all they do. They don't have a regular job like I do. They don't have that I still have. They don't have a business. Their thing is entertainment. One of them, an amazing gentleman, and I will call his name out, Cliff Wright. He does Elvis and Johnny Cash, and my opinion, he's got to be the best Johnny Cash there is. Um, of course, I wouldn't say, man, that's a great Johnny Cash impression when he's doing Elvis. That'd be kind of weird and kind of funny, but and he would have laughed at it that probably. But anyway, but he's great. But he is working full time. Not only does he do that, he tours. He is in a band. He performs at a lot of these events. When we finished up the event this weekend, boom, he's up and ready and heading to Nashville to be in the band there. Matter of fact, during this weekend, he was actually the backup band for uh, Bill Cherry, who is like one of the world's best Elvis tribute artists. The guy looks like the guy. He looks like him. Got the smile, the mannerisms, the sway. He's got that swagger. The guy's just the best, and that's why he is one of the ultimates from I think 2009. And so Cliff performed background or backup, not backup for him, doing the guitar. And there's some riffs back and forth between those two, and it was just so fun. It was really entertaining. But gentlemen like him, I mean, this is what they do. This is their full time thing. You know, they don't have an entrepreneurial business. They don't work for somebody else. They're not doing this as a side hustle or trying. Some of these guys, this is all they do. The ultimate winner. This is what he does all the time. So there's more time on stage, more experience, more, this is what they do. And so rightfully so, these guys put in the hours and the work and the hard work to win. And so my hat is off to them, and I applaud them and I celebrate them. So, so I didn't win. I didn't make it to the finals. And that's okay. I mean, yeah, disappointed. Yeah, a little bit disappointed. I mean, let's be real. It was a competition. I didn't go there for my good looks. Okay. Otherwise, I wouldn't have gotten in the door. you know. But the experience is something. The connecting with other people is something. The opportunity to perform on a big stage like the Legends and Concert Theater in Branson, and work with one of the best in the business, Ryan Pelton, really stand-up guy, great gentleman. He's a great producer, a great manager for the program. He put this stuff together. He worked his tail off. He worked hours upon hours, as well as doing shows himself. So, my hat's off to these guys. I celebrate them and I applaud them. But for some, losing hit them very hard. For some that didn't even place into the finals, they weren't the top 10. It hit them pretty hard. And I could see this as they're coming back off stage, and they're called out and say, okay, they're not advancing. And, you could see that. You put on a big smile on the stage, you wave at everybody and say, hey, thank you for the opportunity. Yay. But as soon as I got behind the curtains, man, you could see it. You could see it on their faces. And rightfully so. They worked hard. They're disappointed. But here's what I know. Not everybody can win. Not everybody can win. Somebody's going to have to be the person who, unfortunately, is not going to be able to move forward. It's the way it is in anything. Anything that you're challenged and you're competing against someone else, there's always going to be somebody who wins. And everybody else is going to have to go back, work harder, learn from the losses, and train, gear up, and prepare for the next one. And that's why these competitions are also so very important, because you get to learn what others did to be successful and learn what you did or didn't do to be successful. That's the thing. Competition makes us stronger, makes us smarter, makes us wiser. Competition, when you lose, should give us encouragement, not discourage us. Yeah, be disappointed, okay, because you worked hard, you worked your butt off to get to where you were, but don't be so discouraged. Get over it, shake it off, step back forward, get back into the game. Get back into the game. The people who win these events, I can promise you, they've been competing many, many times. They've been at the competitions many times, and they themselves were the ones called out, sent backstage because they didn't make it forward. They didn't make the finals. And so, that's why you need to celebrate all their hard work and everything they do. But so how do you win? How do you win at losing at competitions? So we're going to talk about that today, and I'm going to continue this talk probably for the rest of the week. So gear up, because I'm also going to talk about in this process uh, how participating in competition, uh, you know, uh, help you to build up, and the other part will be what are some benefits of receiving constructive criticism in a competition. So we'll be covering those over the next few days. But today, get back up to my notes that I taketh. Okay, so what are some lessons that a person can learn from losing in a competition? And so I talk so much, I need to sip. Okay, before we jump in that subject, into that topic, let's say hi to, we got Catherine. Good morning. It's great to see you on, my friend, again. Uh, okay, so how to win at losing a competition. Well, when you competing, some of the things that it can provide, one thing it provides is valuable lessons for personal growth and development. Here are a few of those lessons that you can learn, that you can take away. And trust me, folks, when I say this, these are things that I am applying in my own life and realizing, first of all, the blessing to have the opportunity to do what I do. I knew I wasn't the best, and that's okay because I know I need to improve. And that's the importance. If you're growing, you're only growing when you recognize the areas you need to grow in and you invest time in that. And you want constructive criticism. We're going to talk about criticism on later, either tomorrow, day after tomorrow. But you want that. You need that. And don't look for people to just say, "Oh, great job. Way to go. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. Yay." And then turn around and walk away. That did nothing but just raise your ego and boost your ego. That's all that does. You want to say, "Oh, thank you so much. I appreciate that. But I need you to be really brutally honest with me." And when I say honest, I mean brutally honest. I asked Ryan to give me his personal feedback. And listen, guys, maybe it's because I'm 60 years old. I can handle the brutal honesty. Okay. I can dust it off. I can apply what I'm hearing and learning. In fact, that's part of my gig. As I grow, I learn. That's what leaders do. That's what influencers do. We learn, we grow. We ask, where can I do this better? What can I do better? What didn't work out so well, in my favor that I need to maybe eliminate or change up? That's the whole thing. So you take the opportunities so you can grow, not just so you can win. Remember, the real success, the real beauty of growing is the growth part, not the results. The results can tell you, they put you in a place that says, "Hey, you made it or you didn't make it. You're successful or you're not successful." But the growth is the journey. So what do I need to do to alter my journey so I get better results? And that's why you want that criticism. You want to be told. Even, listen, even if you are the winner, you are the gold medal winner. You're standing up there. You were the first across the finish line. You were the first to win in a competition. You're the first. You're number one. You're the grand champion. Yay! What can you learn to make it better the next time? To make it better next time. Because just because you won today doesn't mean you'll win the next time. You've got to be constantly growing and developing and honing in on your skills. You got to tune it. And so, what can you do? Competitions help us grow and become better. If you're not competing against somebody in business, okay, then you are just an average. Think of this: if you are the only, let's say, the only hardware store in a town, and back in the old days, right? There's one hardware store, right? If you're the only one in town, you don't have to advertise because people know you're the only one. They're going to come to you. If you're the only hardware store in town, you don't have to get new merchandise. You just sell what you got because you're the only one. And if you're the only one for miles around, people are going to settle for what you've got. That's average. That's average. But when somebody else comes in and they want to build a hardware store, ooh, they're coming in with new stuff, merchandise you don't have because they did their research. They're going to do marketing and advertising. They're going to make it appealing. Their curbside appeal is going to be very attractive. They're going to reach out to the community. They're going to market, and advertise. And you're still just depending on loyal customers. Well, you see how loyal those customers are when the new guy opens up and everybody shifts over there. Now, what are you going to do? You see, that's the thing. You've got to be constantly growing, even if you're the only one. So if you're the winner, you need to be growing. What can I do to be better next time? What do I need to do? Review. You know, I was fortunate that a dear friend of ours and Katrina, two people, were in the audience, and they were recording my performance, and they shared those recordings with me. Right? I looked at those, and immediately, like we all do, we look at a selfie, like a picture of us in a group, right, or in a video. We immediately just start to criticize ourselves, and we think, "Okay, seriously, you criticizing? Be happy with the picture, okay?" No, it's much more than that. If you wanna be better and you wanna be better, you've gotta review those videos and say, "Okay, that was a fail, that was a fail, that was a fail, that was a fail." Folks, I saw a lot of fails in the videos. I know what I need to do. I know what I need to do. And I need to do these things not just for competitions in the future, but for my own shows, my own performances. Sometimes you don't know how well you're doing until you see yourself. And so I'm going to grow from those. I'm going to make it better. I know there's some things, like the way I walk down stage, the posture, um, the key in the song. The first song was not the right key for me, but it's competition time. So I couldn't just turn around and say, okay, stop. Let's go up half a chord is where it needed to be. It needed to go up one half step. And it didn't happen. So my lows were very low, but when I got to the higher part, it was fine. But the low was very low. And so it was, I mean, I could hear it. I could hear it when I was on the stage. It's like, ugh. And, but that helps. So you want to be able to see yourself. So here's some valuable lessons we can take from this. Resilience. Losing can teach the importance of bouncing back from setbacks and not letting failure define you. It encourages developing resilience and determination to keep pursuing your goals. You got to keep on going. Be like Dora in the movie Finding Nemo. Just keep swimming, just keep swimming, just keep swimming. When you stop swimming, you die. You're mediocre. You're average. You're not going anywhere. You want the golden ring, but you're not moving to get to it. You're not doing what it takes to get it. Find out what it takes to get it. What are the other guys doing? Do what they're doing, but do it more. Do it bigger. Do it better. That's what you've got to do. All right. Second thing, continuous improvement. I just beat that one in the head. Talk about constantly growing. Okay. Losing can serve as a motivation to assess your performance and identify areas for improvement. It highlights the importance of continuous learning and honing your skills to become better. Number 3, humility. Losing can humble a person and remind them that there is always room for improvement. It teaches the value of staying grounded, being open to feedback, and acknowledging the strengths of others. Now, something I want to say about that. When you lose, it opens up the opportunity for humility, to humble yourself. But I have seen some people who lose who refuse to humble themselves. They believe, man, I should have won. I don't understand it. Well, they must have it wrong. The judges were biased. The whatever. They've got a massive fan base, lots of people in the audience cheering and screaming for them. Now, while that may be the case, that's not where your focus needs to be. Your focus needs to be on what can I do to be better next time? I didn't make it this time. Okay, brush it off. Okay, like Ryan Pelton said in the email he sent to everybody. I mean, personalized it, and I could tell though, but you mass email that to the people who didn't make it. Okay, I mean, let's be real. I've done this before. Okay, but to encourage people, just dust it off, try again. Dust it off, try again. You see that on The Voice. If they don't get selected on the vote, say, "Hey, look, there were some great things you did. Here's some things, some constructive criticism. Maybe try this. Maybe it's too breathy. Maybe it was too long. Maybe there was a little bit of off key there, a little bit. You're kind of all over the place or something. Hey, but your vocals are so great. Go back, practice, rehearse, get it together. Come back. Come back. We want you to come back." And that's what it is. You got to humble yourself. Look for the constructive criticism from the people that matter. Okay. Your fans are going to tell you were great. They're going to tell you were great. Even if you suck, they're going to say, "Man, you were great. You're fantastic." Sometimes even your own family members will tell you how wonderful you were because they're trying to lift you up and make you feel better about a loss. You need honest, open, constructive criticism. That's what you need. You need to humble yourself, ask for support, ask for actual, real criticism. That's the only way we can learn and grow. And that's what I want, you know? That's what I want. That's why I shot an email back to Ryan. Hey, I can't wait to get the judges' reports. And I did get those yesterday. And so I see with each judge, some things, but and something from Ryan, tell me your thoughts, your perspective on my performance, which he did not do. But that's okay. Maybe he will, maybe he won't. That's all right because I have the videos and I looked at and Katrina, God bless her heart. I tell you what, she really talks me up, but she also looks and say, well, okay, well, maybe didn't do that, or ooh, that wasn't exactly the right spot. So she'll tell me, and she knows how important honest, open criticism is to me. I can't be better if I think I'm okay. I can't be better if I think I'm perfect. I can't. And you can't either. So when you're competing, be open to those conversations and criticism. Well, that jumped on me. I hate when it does that. Okay, number 4, passion and dedication. Losing can reignite your passion and dedication for what you love. It reminds you of the importance of putting in the necessary time and effort to achieve your goals. Don't be discouraged, my friends. I don't know what you're competing against. It might not be on the stage to be a great performer. It might be just a competition in life itself. You may be competing. You may be competing for time with someone. Don't be discouraged. Shake it off. Do what it takes. Reignite the passion. I gave up on my dream of performing years ago. And I gave up on it because I was very discouraged, not in the lack of opportunities, but in the lack of support. I depended on the support from somebody very important to me at that time that I was not getting. If anything, I was being discouraged from pursuing any of my dreams. And it wasn't just entertaining, it was in other things too. And so to try to make that better, I gave up on me. I gave up on me and gave up on my dreams. And then that was over. That relationship was over. And then comes along somebody say, "Hey, didn't you used to do Elvis? We have an event coming up. We could really use an Elvis impersonator." Now, I don't like the word impersonator. I'm going to tell you now. Tribute artists will tell you too. There's a difference. But for all intended purposes, I was an impersonator for that event. And but here's what happened. My wife, she'll always tell you she's a big Jay fan more than she is an Elvis fan. She encouraged me. She got online. She starts researching. She's a master researcher. I call her my Google girl. She researches all the time. And she started finding things. She got me a Go jacket. She found all these things. So I did that event. I thought, sure, okay, it'll be fun. I got up there, and as soon as I did, the passion was reignited. That dream, that aspiration was reignited. Sometimes, if you walk away from something because if you've been discouraged, go dip your toe back into it. That's all it took. I dipped my toe in, and I had a support network, a support channel. Not just Katrina, not just our friend Christine, who actually recommended me for that position, that spot, has been one of our best friends, dear friend, forever. Um, but even the people at the event, even when I did the audition for the event, I had to do an audition, and they were like, "Is that Jay? Is that really you? Are you lip syncing?" And I never forget, it was after the event on this big stage with other performers, and I was an Elvis doll for this Christmas event, and, so I had to pose as an Elvis doll, and they were Raggedy Ann, there was Barbie, there was another just a regular doll, and it was like a toy store and someone coming along, and they see this toy, and a little girl runs, and she's looking in the window, but she can't afford it, and so but magically, Elvis doll comes to life, and I talk to the little girl in my Elvis voice. I said, "Hold on, honey. Don't run away. Come on back over here." And it's funny to do that right now. But and then I went into the songs, and the song I sang was Blue Christmas, right? And everybody thought I was like lip syncing it. And it's like, no, that's Jay. Jay is doing that from the stage with the music background track, but Jay is singing the Elvis voice. And that kind of support and accolades came to me, and boom, I was back in it again. And I was reignited. I was like, Elvis is alive again inside of me, you know? So I jumped back into it. What's it gonna take for you to get reignited in your dream? What's it gonna take for that dream to reignite in you? That passion you once had? What's that gonna take? So you had some setbacks, so you had some disappointment, so you had people who didn't believe in you. That was my problem. I didn't have people believe in me, that I began believing in their lack of belief in me. I began believing in their lack of belief in me, and that became my belief system. You may have heard me say that many times. Yeah, it could be you. You could believe your belief system could be based upon somebody else's lack of belief in you, and that's your belief system, right? You need a new circle. You need new people. If you got a dream, and I don't care how silly it may seem to the world, there's a lot of things in the world that's pretty silly and people pretty happy and successful doing them. If that's your dream, you got to do it. To borrow a common term that's being thrown around nowadays, you got to do you. You got to be you. If you got a dream, jump back into it. Dip your toe into it. Get that spark going again. Rededicate. And finally, then we're going to wrap it up today. Um, another lesson that we can learn from, oh, it popped around again. There we go. Is adaptability. Adaptability. And there's more that I'm going to follow up with on this too, but these are 5 points for today. I'll follow up with the others tomorrow. Adaptability. Losing can teach the importance of being adaptable and flexible. It encourages embracing change, trying new approaches, and being open to different perspectives to enhance your performance. Okay? Adaptability. Be flexible. Be open. Learn. Have a coachable and teachable spirit. Those that don't have a coachable and teachable spirit are the ones that's going to be the ones most greatly disappointed. Why can't I get this right? Okay, are you listening to your own head, or are you listening to others as well, and the right others? That's the thing. You got to listen to the right people. And if people are putting you down and telling you, "Hey, this isn't for you. You shouldn't do this," say, "Okay, so what next?" Okay, I want to go to people and say, "Hey, this is for you because this is your dream. Here's what I would do differently." Ask for that feedback. If people aren't giving it to you, ask for it. A lot of people won't give it to you because they're afraid of hurting your feelings. You got to set your feelings aside. If you're really if you want to compete in the entertainment world, you want to compete in business, you want to compete in relationships, if you're fighting for something you really believe in, that's a passion of yours, it's a dream, you got to go and listen to the right people, and you got to ask those right people the right questions. And you got to be willing and ready and strong enough to take on the brutal truth. The brutal truth. And if somebody says, I don't think this is for you, and they have credibility to say that to you, if you're in a recording studio and the record company says, I don't think it's your no, I don't think this is your gig. Maybe you're better behind the scenes. You say, so what next? If it's your dream, even those who have credibility in the industry, they don't always have it right. I mean, the Beatles were turned down. Elvis was turned down. Elvis was asked never to return again to the Grand Ole Opry. Elvis. Okay? You got to pursue it, my friends. You got to pursue it. Remember, losing is not the end, but an opportunity for growth and self-reflection. Become a better version of you. All right, so that's what I got for you today. How to win at losing competition. We're going to pick that up again tomorrow. I've got 5 more points I want to throw out at you on that. Lessons to learn. I hope today helped you. I hope today you're able to grow and learn. And if you got something you want to do, go for it. And find something. If somebody is having a competition in what you want to do, jump in on that competition. You're going to have the chance to connect with other people, competitors. You're going to learn. You're going to pick up some tricks of the trade. You're going to become better because you're going to put in the work to win. More than just you can put in the work just to do what you want to do. But if you're competing against others, you're going to look at what they're doing. You're going to try to be better. Now, everybody say you should never compare yourself to others. Only compare yourself to who you were yesterday. Okay? That's true. But when you're trying to grow, you got to look at what others are doing and saying, what are they doing I'm not doing so I can become a better version? I can become a better version, not just of myself, but a better version of this industry, a better version of this business. Because whatever you're doing, somebody else is doing better. It doesn't matter what it is. Whatever you're doing, somebody else is doing it better. That's why competition is so important. You got to be in competitions, in contests. You got to do that so you can improve your skills. You look and see what others are doing. You take notes. Say, oh, wow, I like the way they did that. Okay. Or in entertainment, like I asked Cliff, he was putting some stuff on his hairline, on his wig, and I asked what he was using, and he told me. So I know what I need to use in mine. Don't be afraid to ask questions. Matter of fact, it's an absolute honor to be asked by people who want to know what you know. So imagine how it makes them feel if you ask them what they know, right? Ask them. And it helps to build a relationship and trust too. So build that up. Okay, I can go on and on about this, guys, but I'm going to cut this now. It's 34 minutes, Woo! Man, once upon a time, this was only going to be 10 to 20 minutes. So anyway, that's what I got for you today. I hope that I was able to inspire you and add value to you. I hope that you learned something today. I hope you're motivated to get up and pursue. What is that dream that you've got? Jump back into it. Dip your toe or jump in. One of the two. But either way, get started at it. Okay, do it again. The world needs what you have. You got something that somebody else needs. I am not at all discouraged by the results this last weekend. I was slightly disappointed, but somewhat expecting, because I'm a realist as well as an idealist. Okay, I know when to put that hat on. The idealist and the realist hats, I know when to put them on. Okay, I hope you do too. All right, my friends, that's what I got for you today. I'm going to see you tomorrow morning right back here again on the next episode. We're going to continue this talk. I'm going to give you some more valuable lessons you can learn from losing at a competition so you become the winner. The goal is to win. So how do you do that? Well, you got to get a few losses under your belt, okay? No success story was ever successful without a whole bunch of failures in the process. So embrace it and just make it happen. All right, my friends. Oh. Excuse me. I'm allergic to my words. Anyway, God bless you. I'll see you next time. Remember to get up, get out, and get at it, because the world needs what you have to offer, my friends. All right, we'll see you next time. Bye-bye.